Hi, my name's Dee Adriance, and I'm facilitating a business change to the EMV cards. Let me give you a little company background. Earthly Remedies is a small company. We sell homeopathic medicine. We're in Seattle, Washington. Our customers are all over the U.S., and some are living in Europe and order through our website. Our long-term goal is to expand worldwide, and presently we accept MasterCard and Visa, but only swipe cards. Federal compliance is requiring us to migrate to the EMV chip cards. EMV stands for EuroPay, MasterCard, and Visa. The deadline for this conversion is October 1st, 2015, and the compliancy is doubly important to our company because the switch will give us better access to European customers. And since the company runs a store to service walk-ins, the EMV card will offer more security to those customers. Presently, we are preparing a plan to meet with specific employees for the purpose of transitioning the company as smoothly as possible and as quickly as possible to the EMV cards. The group members that will be included is the owner-director, which is myself, the sales manager, accountant bookkeeper, supply chain manager, information and company network coordinator, one cashier, and a board chairperson. The EMV change is at the point of service registers, and this is where we need to accommodate the new EMV chip cards. Group members that are essential are the employees that will be involved in the EMV usage, and they will eventually be training the remainder of the employees. The group participants were chosen by the director and the board chairperson, and this was done by a screening process. The inclusive criteria for being a group participant is the employee has been with the company for more than 5 years. They are directly involved in the EMV card use. They have computer ability. They have a good attitude towards change, and they have an ability to learn new concepts. What excluded some of our employees from being group participants is that they're newer employees with less than 5 years. They're not directly involved in the EMV card usage. These employees are ones that are in charge of inventory or work in the warehouse, have less computer experience, have shown fear of change, and difficulties learning. EMV migration is a challenge, and because of this challenge, we have decided that we needed 2 facilitators. The main facilitator will be the owner-director, and I have several years of facilitator experience, and I will facilitate the change throughout the process. The co-facilitator is the sales manager. Their facilitator training has been completed within the last 2 years, and they're there to make sure the meeting reaches all of its goals. Careful planning was done between the 2 of us, and this includes the logistics of the meeting. We discussed our personal style of facilitating meetings. We've also discussed our approach to group facilitation and the way we interact with others. We thought that this would be a good idea to mesh the 2 of our 2 styles into one style, and this would prevent problems arising during the meeting. The theory chosen was theory in use, and the most attractive factor is it's based on our core beliefs and moral behaviors. The theory is based on the following personal factors of the facilitators: the core values and assumption position, strategies developed from our core values and assumptions, and the interaction with others and the consequences. The group logistics is the meeting location, which is the conference room at Earthly Remedies. The time set aside is 2 hours. All the members are expected to attend. A date for the meeting was set, and it should accommodate all the group members, although a backup date was set in case of an emergency. The facilitators will be using the group effectiveness model. The meeting will focus on the structural elements of the migration. Members are already clear about their roles. The meeting is about the EMV system being used worldwide. The group process needs to encourage collaboration. The global use of the EMV is linked directly to the company's vision, and the main steps of the migration will be covered at the meeting. These main steps will be discussing hardware and software. We're going to discuss the option that's out there for us in new hardware and software. We're going to establish a price range of what we need before we make our selection. Once we make our selection, we will purchase the necessary hardware and software. And we'll also discuss the time frame to have the POS terminals certified. We also need to do employee training. They need to be trained on how to use the new EMV card system. They also need to learn the differences between the chip and PIN and the chip and signature and who uses which. We also want to educate our customers how to make an EMV transaction and to explain to them how this card is higher security for them. Main challenges that we're going to meet during the meeting. The biggest one will be the accountant bookkeeping, who is going to probably expect to be given more information concerning the cost differences to convert, the challenge to adopt the EMV system in time for the compliance date, mobile transactions not available yet for the EMV chip card, and I'm referring to mobile transactions such as Square, which we use at conventions and trade shows, and the eventual transition from the swipe credit card to EMV chip technology only. The meeting will close about 15 minutes before its ending time, and this will help to make sure that the purpose of the meeting was met. And the purpose of the meeting was to discuss the transition to the EMV card and meeting the government deadline. So the last 15 minutes will allow for any questions still needing answers for the group members. Both of us will evaluate the meeting process by analyzing our effectiveness as facilitators and if the group effectiveness model was satisfactory for the group members. Another purpose of the meeting review is to decide if the group members had been allowed enough time to interact in the conversation and ask questions. The group members will then be given 2 weeks to digest all the information, and then another meeting will be held in order to update the progress on the transition. I'm including some of my owner-director notes. Earthly Remedies, in our second facilitation meeting, decided to purchase a POS point of service system that was capable of accepting both swipe and EMV chip cards as the compliance deadline approached. Our reason for this decision was based on the possibility that some of the financial institutions wouldn't have their migration done for their cards by the compliance date. However, Earthly Remedies did achieve their goal for the federal compliance, and we did migrate to the EMV chip by October 1st, 2015. Actually, our insight was also good choice, as all of the financial institutions distributing credit cards had not met the compliance date. And the now predicted year that the EMV migration will be completed for the financial institutions are 2016 for MasterCard, 2017 for Visa, and presently there is no date available for the migration to the EMV chip card for debit cards. I want to thank everybody for attending my presentation. If you have any questions, please do not hesitate to contact me. And thank you again, and have a nice evening.